A group of animal rights activists infiltrate a laboratory in Cambridge, England, which houses highly aggressive chimpanzees. One activist frees a chimpanzee despite being warned by a scientist that it is infected with a highly contagious rage virus. It attacks her, and within seconds of exposure, she succumbs to the virus. She immediately attacks the others. Soon, the virus spreads rapidly across Great Britain, resulting in total societal collapse. 28 days later, bicycle courier Jim, who had a traffic accident and fell into a coma before the outbreak, awakens in a hospital in London to find it deserted. Leaving the hospital, Jim wanders the empty streets of London, discovers newspapers headlining a mass evacuation, and eventually enters a church which contains the aftermath of a massacre. Infected humans appear and chase after Jim, but he is rescued by survivors Selena and Mark, who take him to their refuge in a street-side shop. At Jim's request, the group travels on foot to his parents' house. There, he learns that they died by suicide. When dusk settles in, the group decides to stay the night. Jim lights a candle, which attracts the infected as they break into the house. Mark is wounded while fending them off. Before the infection can take hold of Mark, Selena immediately kills him and tells Jim she is prepared to kill him in a heartbeat if necessary. Spotting a makeshift signal on the outside of an apartment building, Jim and Selena make their way up it. They encounter cab driver Frank and his daughter Hannah in one of the flats. Frank shows them a military radio broadcast offering protection and a cure to the virus at a blockade outside Manchester. Frank plans to take Hannah to the blockade, and the four agree to travel together. The group reaches Manchester and finds the blockade deserted. Frank, frustrated, kicks a tall gate on which a dead body is balanced. A drop of blood from the corpse falls into Frank's eye, infecting him. As he warns the others, hidden soldiers appear and shoot him. The soldiers bring Jim, Selena, and Hannah to a heavily fortified mansion under the command of Major Henry West and treat their guests to a tour and banquet. However, the sanctuary turns out to be a ruse. West reveals to Jim that his broadcast was intended to lure female survivors into sexual slavery. Jim and Sergeant Farrell refuse to go along with this scheme, so West orders them to be shot. Two soldiers shoot Farrell and then argue, allowing Jim to escape. Jim sees a jet contrail in the sky, showing proof that the outside world is still active. After luring West away from the mansion with a siren and killing a soldier, he returns and frees Private Mailer, an infected soldier kept chained up for observation, to infect and kill the remaining soldiers. One of the soldiers attempts to abduct Selena, but Jim kills him with such ferocity that Selena momentarily fears Jim must be infected before kissing him relieved. Jim, Selena, and Hannah attempt to escape in Frank's cab, but West, who has hidden in the back seat, shoots Jim in the stomach. Hannah retaliates by putting the cab in reverse, allowing Private Mailer to pull West through the rear window and kill him, and then she drives off. Another 28 days later, Jim recovers at a remote cottage where the infected are shown lying on the roads, dying of starvation. As a military jet flies overhead, Jim, Selena, and Hannah unfurl a huge cloth banner spelling the word hello. The three survivors wave at the jet and the pilot spots them.